Hey, have we ever got a good episode for you this week? We're springtime turkey hunting with my good friend Brent McNamee from huntercourse.com, and we find a half a day to take my father out on his springtime turkey.
The Canadian Tradition is brought to you by Ram. Guts, Glory, Ram. Cabela's, world's foremost outfitter. Ducks Unlimited Canada, conserving Canada's wetlands. The Benelli Antica family of firearms. John Deere, nothing runs like a deer. Steel, get the job done. Under Armour, never detected, always lethal. Bushnell, magnify life. And by Rack Rock, the rock that brings the rack.
For me, turkey hunting is a good release. We've sat inside all winter long. It's the first of spring, and it's just a great way to get out there with some good friends. On this hunt, we've got Brent McNamee from huntercourse.com. He's going to be joining me, talking a little bit about hunter safety, and we're going to try to put a couple long beards in the freezer.
Well, hunting overall is a very safe activity. You know, there's a better chance of you being injured or, fatality from swimming or riding a bike than you are from hunting, but at the same point, safety is always paramount. Turkey hunting is one we'll kind of touch in on. I mean, you've got everyone's in camouflage, you've got, some people that are trying to stalk birds, and there's some inherent dangers there that we want to focus in on. A couple safety tips that might just save some lives out there in the woods. Using gobbler calls or using tom or jake decoys is obviously, personal preference, and certainly it can help in being successful in getting a turkey. But, some things to think about, they say you should never stalk a turkey, but in some cases, hunters do, especially in real populated areas with a lot of hunting pressure. So some of the risks to think about, if you're using that gobbler call, another hunter hears that and decides he's gonna come to that call. So he thinks you're a live tom turkey, he's coming to the call, and then he sees your tom decoy, and he comes in and tries to take a shot on that tom decoy. You're in full camouflage, probably with your back up against a tree. He doesn't even know you're there, and there's a risk that he shoots your decoy and maybe sprays you with some shot as well. A couple things you can do if you've got a flashlight with you, which you should, shine the flashlight, or in a loud, clear voice, yell, "Hello, I'm turkey hunting here." Don't make any movement because you don't want them mistaking you as being a turkey, and they should move off somewhere else. If it's a situation where the other hunter doesn't want to leave, then you don't need confrontation in the woods. Pack up and move to another spot. There's lots of places to hunt. So huntercourse.com is gaining a lot of popularity. About half of the Canadian provinces use it right now, and basically it's an alternative to the traditional classroom course, and it saves students time in class. Everyone's got busy schedules nowadays, so what they can do is take the online course at their own convenience, and then they show up for an in-person requirement. Basically, it reduces a barrier to entry for new hunters that want to get into the activity, because giving up a whole weekend for a classroom course is not an option for everybody. So we hope that it'll get more people into hunting and gain popularity. We try and provide extra materials in there too that maybe not everyone has thought about, you know, when they think about hunter safety, you know, things like tree stand safety or turkey hunting safety tips, or getting in and out of a boat, or risks with cold water boating, you know, for late season waterfowlers. So some of those little kind of niche areas like that you may not think about when you think of hunting, but they're areas that are really important, and we want to make sure people are aware of them.
Yeah, tradition.
Closed captioning is provided by MotorExam.com and HunterCourse.com.
What do you think?
I think we should park right here and take a little walk in.
I don't want to scratch the paint on my truck. So does it get narrower or down here?
No, it's a family farm. We keep it pretty up, well kept here. So.
Awesome. Well, have you seen birds down here?
Yeah, my dad got one in here earlier in the week, so there's some more birds around.
So we're hunting a spot that Lair's already pulled a bird out of?
Yeah, exactly.
There's probably only Jake's in here.
Well, we'll soon find out.
Should probably make a call here soon. One of the things I like to do midday is run and gun for turkey hunting, and this basically consists of just walking the bush. I mean, putting some miles underneath your feet, calling every so often, and with the hopes of trying to get a bird to gobble and respond to you. Then you can get properly set up. This hunt definitely lived up to a good run and gun situation. Got out of the truck and started walking towards a big old soybean field, calling every so often, and finally we heard some birds respond. Didn't know what they were. All we knew is we heard at least 3-4 gobbles. Didn't even have time to put a proper decoy placement out, but managed to get a flex tone hen decoy out there, and the birds were coming hot and heavy. It was time for us to get set up.
I see one. They're coming this side. There's a second bird. Yeah. We'll try to take a double here. Shoot 2 jigs. There's 4 birds. Be ready. I'm gonna take the one on the left.
Gear Tech is presented by Barnett Crossbows, shooting quieter and faster every year for over 50 years.
I'm sure many of you have heard the normal hunt camp banter of which caliber is better than the other. Although I really want to stress, it is important on which caliber you choose for the hunt, that a critical part in firing that round is the hunting rifle that you're using, and some serious thought should go behind choosing one. Here's what I look for in my hunting rifles. First is the barrel. Tikka barrels are made by the legendary Sako rifles. They are cold hammer forged of high-grade stainless steel and are factory tested to shoot a 3-shot group under 1 inch at 100 yards. Then comes their action. Tikka's actions are designed for accuracy, reliability, easy service, and use. Their bolt features 2 locking lugs that has a 70-degree opening bolt angle, which leaves ample room between your hand and your optics.
Tikka fits both their barrel and their action in their high-grade durable stock, which allows for a customized fit by using butt spacers or provides adjustability in the length of pull. The next points I look for are the trigger and safety. Tikka hits the mark once again by providing a crisp, clean, single-stage trigger that is easily adjustable for that customized feel. Their safety is a two-stage safety, which blocks both the trigger and the bolt handle, ensuring that their action is very safe and clearly marked.
All of us spend valuable time sighting in our rifles, so the best advice I can give is there's nothing better than starting with a rifle that you know will be accurate.
Sketchy on him. Another one right here.
Take him.
Yes!
All right. Double header.
Woo! They're jinx, but hey, man, it's been a tough day.
Awesome.
Thanks, man.
Good calling.
That was great. How many was there? 4?
It was 4 came in, yeah.
Beauty.
They came in fast.
Oh, did they ever? We just got to this field entrance here and gave a call, and they all started to gobble. I can't believe you hit that one, and this one spun back and sat right there. Then he was running down to grab the hen and take off with her.
Yeah.
Wow.
We didn't even have time to get that decoy in, eh?
Oh, just got the hen out.
Got the hand in and busted out of there.
Check this big guy out. I tell you, I was really impressed with that 20 gauge.
Did the job.
Light to carry. What we got here?
Got some color on him, eh?
Got some color on him. A nice 4-inch beard. That's the white I saw when he was running there.
Oh yeah.
Just that skin color. Yeah, nice bird.
Will taste good.
Jake-tastic. All right, let me get the tag on this
Congrats,
guy.
man.
Yeah, man, thanks. I think this is as long as I've gone into the season without filling a tag.
Let's go compare beards. Oh, another Jake.
What you got? Whose beard's bigger?
I think you might have a bit of length on me there.
I don't know. I think she's pretty identical. Yeah, you want to eat both of them? That's quite a meal.
No. One would do.
Hints on Hunting is presented by Alumacraft Boats. Fish the good times.
One of the most important yet overlooked tools we use for hunting is our feet. Let's face it, in most cases, our feet take us where we want to go, and at the end of the day, we rely on them to get us back home safely. With that being said, here are a few of my favorite types of boots that last me all season long. First is a great hiker style of boot. Something like UA Speed Freak. This boot is super lightweight, has moisture wicking properties that pull sweat away from my feet to keep them dry, and not to mention is waterproof. For deeper water or more wet conditions, the UA HA excels. It features a neoprene upper, which is more flexible than traditional rubbers if your goal is to go on an extended walk or hike. The HA also features a heel lock memory foam system, which helps provide a more secure, customized fit around your foot. Depending on the time of year you plan to hunt, the HA also comes in insulated or non-insulated models. For late season or cold condition types of hunts, the UA Browtine 1200 gram Primaloft boot is on the top of my list. This boot contains a little bit of it all. It features a moisture transport system, is 100% waterproof, and contains 1200 grams of Primaloft, which is basically like buying an insurance policy to keep your feet warm. It's important to remember that each boot has its own purpose. But bottom line, in any boot you get, it should keep your feet warm, dry, but most importantly, comfortable. That's your Hint on Hunting.
Tradition.
With Brent's hunt going as planned, we got 2 birds down. It was awesome. Pulled a double header on Jake's. You know, the season was just about over, but I had a spare moment to get out with my dad, and he's a great guy. I absolutely love turkey hunting with him, and lo and behold, he slept in the morning. He had 1 day to turkey hunt, and we were gonna head out to see what we could get.
Shoot him, Dad. Yeah. Just give it to him.
You got him? Yeah, nice job.
Nice job. Thanks, son.
I want you to tell the viewers, how many days did you turkey hunt this year?
1.
How many hours?
Well, let me see. 2.5.
And I let you sleep in this morning.
That's right. That's what happens when you become a senior citizen. Yeah, you're allowed these little irregularities. So I've told you before, you don't have to hunt every day of the year to get what you go after. You just got to be selective.
Right place, right time.
Exactly.
All right,
you
let's
know.
go see your bird.
Okay.
You sure he's down?
Oh, he's down. Ah. Oh, nice. Nice, Tom. Nice fan.
He's a Jake, my man.
Yeah, I'm used to spurs that are 1.25 inches, 1.5 long, but he's got them. But
Put out for a beard.
oh, about 4 or 5 inches here. That's better than 0. I can share that with you, son.
Camp Cooking with Michael Olson is presented by the Big Green Egg.
Well, today's a great day in the barbecue part of your backyard because we're going to make the ultimate pork shoulder. First things first, I want to make my barbecue rub, and I can use this for a lot of things other than this exact dish. I've got ground pepper, ground cumin, ground coriander seed, brown sugar, salt, paprika, and then I've got mustard and cayenne for some heat, and finally some granulated garlic. I give this a good stir, and then I actually make this in good-sized batches and keep it in a sealed jar just on the countertop, and it'll last for up to a month. I have a little trick, and I just take your basic regular yellow mustard and brush that on to my pork capicola. Barbecue seasoning goes on there. If you don't want to make your own, you can buy a commercial one. There's lots of great ones out there. It's going in at about 300, and what my optimal temperature is for cooking this guy, just over 210 Fahrenheit. So a very low, slow process. Now we're going to make a simple mop that's used as a basting liquid for the pork. I like to wet it out with lots of vinegar, and I like cooking with good quality beer. So I'm making one with just vinegar and beer, and I'll do a cup of each. And this will have that kind of sour from the vinegar, but a nice hoppy, malty character from the beer, which is just gonna help that pork. And I'll mix this up now, but then when I get into about my 2 or 2.5 hour mark on that pork, it's only been in for an hour so far, I'll turn it, and when I get into that 2 or 2.5 hour mark, I'll start basting or brushing it on, and you'll notice it creates a nice shine on there and keeps things moist. Well, I wish you were here to smell this. We're in about our 3-hour mark. I've been basting for the last 40 minutes or so. I don't overdo it, just a couple of spoons at a time. You can use a turkey baster, a paintbrush. You just want to make sure you're keeping it moist. Don't turn it too often. Keep that lid closed and keep that smoke and nice generous heat in there. Okay, we're ready. Look at that. We've got sides on the go. We've got coleslaw, corn on the cob. This is going to slice down and make incredible sandwiches. I like the looks of that. That is a delicious Canadian tradition.
One thing I do like to stress is hunting safety. So it's even good for a guy like me that hunts all the time to have a refresher course on gun handling and hunting safety. Until the next time, practice good conservation, hunt safe, and do your part, keeping our tradition alive.
The Canadian Tradition has been brought to you by Ram. Guts, Glory, Ram. Cabela's, world's foremost outfitter. Ducks Unlimited Canada, conserving Canada's wetlands. The Benelli Antica family of firearms. John Deere, nothing runs like a deer. Steel, get the job done. Winchester Ammunition, the American legend. Bushnell, magnify life. And by Rack Rock, the rock that brings the rack.
Follow The Canadian Tradition on Facebook and make sure to visit thecanadiantradition.com for news, contests, and show recipes.
Colors seem to breathe. Fresh air that sets me free. Oh, I'm looking for adventure. I know it's out here somewhere. North, south, east, or west. This is Canada at its best. Oh, I'm looking for adventure. I'll find it out here somewhere. North, south, east, or west. Our Canada at its best. We all share the same dreams that flow through these rivers and streams, from forest floors to mountain tops.
You think you can lift him?
Our tradition here will
Well, you
never
got my
stop.
fingers.
I know it's out here somewhere. North, south, east, or west. This is Canada at its best. Oh, I'm looking for adventure.